How's any monitoring was there?
Very good, though.
Shall I post it as soon as he passes down now?
18.
As everybody now knows, there was another assassination attempt on Donald Trump and other officials in his government on Saturday. Cole Allen, a 31-year-old from California, sprinted some 20 yards down a hallway to try to rush past security people and gain access to the banquet hall at the annual White House Correspondents Dinner, where he presumably intended to shoot as many administration officials as possible. As far as I can tell at this early stage, Mr. Allen isn't some mentally disturbed wacko who just decided to try to kill the president. He's an educated individual who has degrees from Caltech and the University of California. He traveled from California to Washington by train. I assume that was so he could bring the guns and knives he was traveling with because of the lower scrutiny of those items while traveling by rail. He also booked a room in the same hotel where the dinner was to take place, which also helped him to avoid detection. Allen wrote an email to his family a few minutes before making his attempt to break into the hall. The message was kind of a manifesto where he apologized to his loved ones for what he was about to do and to explain his motives for doing so. I haven't read a lot of manifestos of would-be assassins, but this seems short, well-organized, and, I don't know, strangely calm, as if written by someone who was fully aware and mostly unconflicted about what he was going to do. I'm not going to post the manifesto here. If you want to read it, it isn't hard to find. The sad part is that it repeats the same tired and totally unconfirmed accusations of bad things that I'm not supposed to talk about here. I will just point out that yes, I am aware of certain accusation in the still classified Epstein files that members of Congress have access to, and I also know what Judge Lewis Kaplan said about Trump at the end of the E. Jean Carroll trial. I'm not going further into the subject now except to say that I am still not impressed with those arguments. They are dubious at best and prove nothing. Of course, I have already seen media posts where people claim that this was an obvious setup, a false flag operation deviously orchestrated by Trump to distract from, well, take your pick, mostly Epstein, but you could also include Iran or any number of other things. I'm pretty sure that if I looked, I could find plenty of people who were sorry that the shooter was unsuccessful. That happened in spades after the incident in Butler, Pennsylvania. I also saw a post by someone who thought it was important for everyone to read Cole Allen's manifesto to understand his motives. Like I said, I read it, and you can too if you're interested, but to me it's no different than what the other derangists keep telling each other. But this is what gets me. For the life of me, I can't understand why an intelligent 31-year-old man would destroy his life, possibly end his life, for a plot that has virtually no chance of succeeding. It just begs the question if something else was going on in this young man's life. Also, I guess I shouldn't be surprised anymore, but can't anyone from those far reaches of the political spectrum understand the irreparable damage a political assassination would do to the country? I've tried to be charitable to those who hate Donald Trump by acknowledging some of their legitimate criticisms, such as the president's rough rhetoric. I even made a video about that. But as far as I can tell, the major issue, if not the only issue the Democrats are running on, is the necessity to oppose and resist Donald Trump, anything about Donald Trump. Before the 2024 election, the Democrats were making all sorts of frankly hysterical predictions of terrible things that would happen if Trump were to return to the White House. Journalists would be imprisoned, abortions would be made completely illegal, and there would be no more elections. None of that happened. I'm not going to defend the president's policies here. I have done that plenty of times in other videos. It's bad enough that our Democratic politicians oppose everything the president does based on some kind of moral principle that if Trump did it, it's bad. But the over-the-top fear-mongering by the left, which continues to this day, is ridiculous and can lead to the kind of insanity that the world saw at the White House Correspondents Dinner. Thank you for watching. This is Pablo El Molinero.